You are now entering Nyghtstorm Nation.
All I have to say is this.
Child abuse.
If you are one of those people
Divorce.
that have been put down all of your life,
Infidelity.
beat up and trapped in a pit of woe,
Depression.
it is time for you to stand up with the Nyghtstorm Nation, because we aren't going anywhere. I'm YG Nyghtstorm, the man not afraid to be transparent, as I help real people with real issues. And my co-host is my queen, my stunningly gorgeous wife. Woo! Come on,
Good
baby.
morning, ATL and everyone all over the country. This is Toby George Nyghtstorm, the woman not afraid to tell the truth about things as they really are. And this is Nyghtstorm Radio, radio gone real because we are you.
Now, Nyghtstorm Nation, if you're in the ATL, feel free to call in at 404-355-8699. And to all the Nyghtstorm Nation members around the country, call in at 1-866-923-2860. You can also find out more about us, the Nyghtstorms, at Nyghtstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM.com. And you can also check out us live right now. If you go on the Talk Radio page, click that Listen Live button, and you're going to see that beautiful Toby George Nyghtstorm and this dude right here happily protecting her, Mr. YG Nyghtstorm, standing right next to her. And you can also,
Actually sitting.
well, sitting, yeah. And you can also listen to us on Love 860 AM and Love860.com. Ain't that right? You
That's
old pretty sister, you.
Well, thank you, my king. Now, all you smartphone owners out there, don't forget, download the app.
Yeah.
iHeartRadio. Tunein Radio. iRadionow. You can take us anywhere you go.
Anywhere.
Go to the Talk Radio section of each one of those apps. Look for WAEC Love 860 AM. And join the Nyghtstorms each and every Thursday from 11 to noon. We're right here talking to you about things that matter to you. Click on love860.com. Hit the Watch Live app and on there and see us.
Yeah.
We're right here. We're saying hi.
We say, hey, how you doing? All right, baby, lots of stuff going on in the world. What's on tap today, my queen?
Well, today. Today. Talk about scary stuff. We're going to be talking about the scary challenges of working with your spouse.
Uh-oh. Oh, are we going up?
Yes, we're going to be talking about the question we get all the time. How do you work with your spouse while trying to, you want to build this success together.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily done on the same time clock or in the same, area, holding each other's space like you're looking me in my face right now.
Like on the same
Everybody
time
can't
clock,
do that.
right?
That's right.
Because the queen has her own time zone.
Here he goes.
And Greg, our station manager, said,
Here he goes.
YG, you always get here so early.
Yeah.
And the queen rose in on her own time. And I said to Greg, just like in the Bible, I come before to prepare a place for my queen, for the one that is greater than me shall be here. Quickly.
Whatever. Anyway, I'm just a girl, and it takes me a little longer than getting up, washing my face, and running out the house or whatever.
Yeah. But you look awesome. You always look stunning, baby. But we're going to really get into the real scary stuff, the nitty gritty on how folks work together, starting with us. But, baby, folks don't really like this subject sometimes because people get angry when you start talking about, I need to work with my spouse.
No, they don't necessarily need to work with your spouse. We're not doing a call to action that everybody
you will work with your wife.
With your spouse.
You will take your husband to the office with you. We're not doing that.
But we're simply saying that if you feel like you would like to try it out, it can be done.
It can be done, and let me tell you something. The success rate goes up exponentially when you guys can do this right. But speaking of that, we got a Nyghtstorm letter, baby, and this thing is smoking. Okay,
scary.
This is scary. So
Halloween's tomorrow.
Yeah, Halloween's tomorrow.
It's gonna come a little earlier here on Nyghtstorm Radio, though.
Yeah, and we got some monsters coming at us, boy. Let me tell you. Let's get into this letter. Can I do that, my queen?
Go right ahead.
It says, Dear Nyghtstorms, I have been listening to you for a while now, and I must say that I am impressed with the love you guys have for each other. Well, thank you. But Even though I like what I hear, I can't help but think to myself that this just can't be real. There is no way that a man in this age will ever refer to his wife as a queen, and I just can't see how Toby is always so uplifting to YG. Men today do not deserve the amount of respect that Toby gives to YG. They do not understand that every woman should be treated as a queen, and they need to love us without trying to change us. I mean no disrespect to YG at all, but it's just a little unbelievable to me. So, if men are dysfunctional in relationships, there is no way I would ever trust a man to work with. Maybe I'm just bitter, but that's how I feel. Signed, I wish a man would treat me like a queen, from Minnesota. Dead space, yes. Woo!
You know what, YG?
Yes. Come on, baby.
There's a lot of women that feel that way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women that have been burned. There's a lot of women who can honestly relate to what she's saying in this letter because of things that they've gone through. However, I've started a series. If you follow us on Nyghtstorm.com, you know that we write blogs. And I do a series on Tuesday called King Building. I do a series on Saturday called The Making of a Queen. Now, first of all, I would just like to say thank you for writing your letter.
I mean, the letter's still smoking.
Yeah. Thank you for writing your letter, for expressing yourself, for feeling like you can come to us with this and get this off your chest, first and foremost.
Yes.
Secondly, I definitely can feel the hurt and understand from the actions of other people of the male gender why females feel this way. And I posed a question on one of my blogs. Is what makes a woman a queen? Is it simply being born a female, which some women believe? And I get opposite reaction from men who say it takes a little bit more.
I'm not touching that. You go right ahead.
But I'm just saying. So it's not. Let me back up. First of all, let's say what makes a king. Your king is going to support you.
Yeah.
He's going to encourage you. He's going to do everything he can to make you happy. He's going to protect you, provide for you, make sure that you have what you need. He's going to be God-fearing in most cases. If you are a Christian, everybody doesn't walk in a Christian faith, but they believe in a higher power and they want the best for you. So first of all, you have to distinguish between what's a king
and what just some dude.
And yes, exactly. So first of all, that's what I want to point out. And then secondly, after you have the king and you are in the field of building him and he's building you, and this reciprocity going back and forth, it makes it easier to do. So I understand that you're not trying to be disrespectful. You're just speaking from your own point of view and things that you have experienced in your life. And unfortunately, these things do happen. And yes, relationships can be dysfunctional. And I can understand that people do use work as a way to get away from your spouse, because for whatever choices that have been made, on both sides, things just aren't where you would want to be within 24 hours.
Yeah, and I want to jump in here, my queen, and I want to say this, and we do appreciate the letter, and you signed it, I wish a man would treat me like a queen, and from Minnesota. As a man, and I'm going to say this, yes, there are screwed up dudes out here. There are men out here that have absolutely no respect for anything or anyone. They don't even respect themselves.
Correct.
Okay.
I was just about to say that.
And unfortunately, a lot of young ladies get themselves involved with these types of men and try to build something with these types of men when the only thing the man wants is a quick good time in the sack and then he's done. So what it is, you're investing your time and your energy into the wrong type of dude. And sometimes the telltale signs will come out and you will see that this is the wrong type of dude.
And we as women overlook it, or we think that we can change them.
Yeah, you think that we can change, you can change us, and then that's the key thing right here in her letter. She said that we don't need to try to change the woman. Okay, in a lot of cases, the woman tries to change the man. So let me break this down to you as a king who loves his queen. Every aspect that Toby was saying about the love, the honor, the cherishing, the respecting, the sacrificing, the providing, willing to do whatever, and I'll take it even a step further, willing to give up my life for the sanctity and the safety of my wife and my family, that all comes with the territory of kinghood, okay? But what a lot of things, how things get messed up, is when you're in a relationship and you're trying to build a business with your spouse, the lines get blurred. And a lot of the guys who are being kingly, sometimes, and ladies, I'm going to be honest, sometimes you guys are not honoring or showing reciprocity in a general respect. You take the guy's love for you as a weakness. And we have heard this as men. We'll do everything. And a woman will say, well, he's supposed to do that. And because he loved me, he's a punk, or try to take advantage. So I'm going to say this. Hold on, let me finish this statement. I want to say this. If you've come across a guy who has been through hell and back just like you, and both of you guys got your own baggage, there's no way in the world that you can build a business together right now. There's no way you can build a relationship together right now. So what it takes is the genuine understanding that this person that I am dealing with is not perfect, just like I am not perfect. But am I willing to do the work that it's going to take to not just build a business with this person, but to build a life with this person? And the one thing Toby and I had to break down and do, we had to put ourselves out of the way because we were messing this thing up for many years, caught up in our own pettiness, emotions, hurt feelings, and we started doing stuff to torpedo the marriage.
Tit for tat.
Tit for tat.
But, I know what I was about to say was that I have heard many a man call his woman a queen.
Yes.
It's not just you. I was reading, this line. She was like, I just can't believe that any man would call his woman a queen. We have come across quite a few.
Yeah.
And it also goes back to how we treat each other.
Reciprocity, man. Mutual respect.
So, ladies, we are going to get into how do we do this if we want to have a relationship with our spouse in a working environment. Because we have met quite the couple we have met doing photography. We had a great couple that did photography together.
Yes.
We have couples in all types of industries. And it's hard sometimes because you have the man who is the lead, but sometimes you as the lead, YG, have to back and let me, step up and do what needs to be done. I think that's what it is. We get into this role thing.
Wait a minute.
I'm in charge. Or it could be women too. Whomever is used to being in charge all the time.
Hold on.
They have to step back and let the other person have equal ground.
Hold on, my queen. Now, you trying to sit here and say that big old YG right here.
Big old YG.
The guy that thinks he know it all. The guy that thinks he has all the answers.
The guy who thinks he has a British accent.
The guy who thinks he has a British accent. Stunning. But you trying to tell me, baby, that there are times in our own relationship, in our own marriage, whether we talking about personal or business, there are times when good old smarty, goody two-shoes, smarty pants YG needs to tap it back a little bit and let the queen stand forth and handle her business. Is that what you saying, baby?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And it happens quite a lot because you're right 90% of the time and I'm only right 10% of the time.
Well, I'm the woman that's not afraid to tell the truth about how things really are. Yes, YG Nightstorm, you are guilty.
I am guilty.
At times.
At times.
As I am guilty at times of running the show without allowing the other person to have a voice in, and that can also cause, strife. So we have to work through that.
That can cause
So
strife.
there's so many challenges with working with your spouse. So I would like to say that one of the main challenges that we had to face, aside from, making sure that each other is on equal ground, is for the one who is not being allowed to speak up.
Yeah.
But it's how you say it. Because when we started the radio show, it's Nyghtstorm Radio, and Nyghtstorm originated with Mr. YG. And, I sat there quietly and was like, okay.
Ooh.
Can I get a word in while we was on the air?
Yeah.
And he wouldn't.
I got something in my throat.
Yeah. So when we got home, I was like, baby.
Yeah.
You do know you have another person on the air with you, right?
The conversation was a little something.
You
like
are
that,
aware that this ain't. I know it's the Nyghtstorm Radio show.
Yeah.
However, there is another Nyghtstorm here, and I would like to have a word. To say.
It kind of went a little.
But believe me,
like
ladies
that.
and gentlemen,
Yeah.
I had to sit back and think, because if I went on emotion first and what I really wanted to say, the conversation would not have been civil, rather.
Well,
because the first thing on my mind was, if this man don't.
Well, Nyghtstorm Nation, I'm going to say it to you like this, because Toby is the woman not afraid to tell the truth on how things really are. Let's just say some colorful metaphors were introduced into the conversation.
No, in my mind.
In your mind, but see, we telepathic. Okay.
Oh,
and,
Lord.
I feel your emotions. We that close together. And let's just say my mental synapses were on fire.
But
as how Toby was expressing herself.
What if the couple isn't like really close and it's not that linking? A lot of times, I'm sorry, baby, but guys can be clueless. You guys could be absolutely clueless as to what is happening.
Wait a minute.
And you're sitting here and it's not obvious, and we have to break it down Barney style.
Wait, hold on, my queen.
Yes.
Now, are you trying to say that there are times, and let's just personalize it now.
Oh,
are you trying
dangerous
to say,
ground here,
sister, that there are times in our walk on this beautiful life that we have together where I am clueless on some of the things that you are trying to delicately break down to me, but because of maybe my macho nature and my generous swag, that just maybe
the fact that sometimes you can't get your head in the room.
I know, because my head is so large and big that I understand, because it's so full of intelligence and knowledge that the people need. But are you trying to say there are times when I myself as a man just don't get it? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. So at those times, and then this is when the marriage part comes in. It comes out the business, and you go, babe, I noticed you talked for 20 minutes straight.
Who, me?
And I think I may have gotten 2 minutes in.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Do you think that, we could kind of balance this out some?
Okay, no. Let's break it down for real, the truth. Now, some YG. I know you love to hear your own voice.
Well, yeah, I did kind of say that.
But because you do have a really, really nice melodious voice, baby.
That's why you're throwing that part in.
But, you need to let me talk, because I have things that I need to share from a woman's perspective that you have absolutely no clue about. Now, I know you were raised by a bunch of women. I get it. But that don't make you no queen, YG. And I said, well, you know something, baby. You are absolutely correct, because I don't want to be a queen. I have hard enough time being a king, because obviously I don't get it right all the time. But you know something? Your perspective is so vitally important to me that if all it costs me is just to shut up, then that's a price I'm willing to pay.
And see, this conversation has to be had. So step number one,
yes.
If you are in a working relationship with your spouse and you feel like you're baby has been put in the corner.
Baby being put in the corner.
Then you have to speak up.
You got to speak up.
And you don't have to argue about it, because when you get your emotions involved, nobody's going to get anywhere.
Do they need Patrick Swayze to come in there and do some dirty dancing so baby can get out the corner? Do they need
whatever
Swayze?
Works. If you're going to raise that man up and have him dance for you,
I believe raising him up out the ground, he can still outdance 90% of the world population, and he going to pull baby out the corner.
Well, at any rate, it's time for a break, YG. Don't you think?
Well, we've been having fun, and we are always honest and real, and we are still a work in progress. Am I right, my queen?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, but we working on it, and we getting it right. So you are listening to Nyghtstorm Radio on Love 860 AM, and we're going to help you navigate through the scary parts of working together with your spouse and actually having some success. See you on the other side of the break. You ever been so depressed to where you want to hurt yourself because life has been unkind, unfair, and unforgivable? Folks done hurt you and thrown you away. Yeah, I know, because I was there too, until I read this book by NYGHTSTORM called All Action No Talk. This dude has been there, man. He understands us. He was homeless, abused as a child, abandoned by his dad, and even his oldest son passed away. I'm encouraged because if this dude can make it, so can I, and so can you. So check it out at Nyghtstorm.com, NYGHTSTORM, and know that you have the strength to change your life despite adversity, like him, like me, like you.
To all event planners, are you worried that your next corporate get-together is going to be boring?
Then invite the Nyghtstorms to speak at your next event and electrify your organization as we break down how to grow your business, fix broken relationships, and conquer life challenges.
So make your next event epic. Invite me and the Queen to rock the house with inspirational techniques designed to empower individuals and maximize their.
And thanks for listening to Nyghtstorm Radio on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational station.
We are you.
Hi everyone, it's me, Lady Nyghtstorm, and have I got news for you. Want to know how to keep up with us and what we're doing in the community? It's easy. Just like us on Facebook at Nyghtstorm Radio. Follow us on Twitter at Nyghtstorm Radio and become part of the Nyghtstorm Nation mailing list at Nyghtstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM. Keep up with all our promotions, contests, and latest happenings. Nyghtstorm Radio. We are you.
You are now rocking with the Nyghtstorms on Atlanta's inspirational station, Love 860 AM WAEC. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to Nyghtstorm Radio.
Yeah.
Our topic today is scary challenges. And this scary challenge is working with your spouse and trying to build success together. And if you would like to call in and be a part of the conversation, you can reach us at 404-355-8699. I say that slow, so everyone who wants to call in, you have time to get the number. Or if you're not in Atlanta, 1-866-923-2860. Now, YG.
Yes, ma'am.
We have another letter.
Uh-oh, here we go. I mean, the other letter is still burning over there.
Uh-huh.
Do we have another one?
Sure.
Okay, come on, baby. Let's hear it.
It goes, Dear Nyghtstorms. There is no way in the world I can work with my husband anymore.
Uh-oh, here we go.
He is too controlling and never lets me have any control. He constantly puts down my ideas and says that I don't know what I'm talking about. He is dumb as a brick on some things. And let's not talk about his expanding waistline. Okay, we're getting personal now. Hold on.
She hitting below the belt.
Wait. I am clearly smarter than him, and he gets upset when I point out his inadequacies in front of our customers.
What?
He is scared of the truth, and that is why we just can't be successful. What do you think, Marty in Phoenix?
Wait a minute. She is pointing out his inadequacies.
In front of the customers.
In front of the customers.
Well, I must say.
And she wondering why they're not successful.
Well, I must say.
Oh, my God.
Doing this in front of the customers may not be a good idea. And getting on his, she's firing back, man.
Ooh,
this is what I said before the break.
Yeah.
To have this conversation when you feel like you're not being heard.
Yes.
But, Marty, darling, I don't think that doing it in front of the customers is going to help your cause. And I also don't think getting off of the subject of what's really happening and attacking his waistline is going to make him be susceptible to what you're trying to say either. He's not going to want to hear it when you're attacking him personally. And being too controlling. I'm just looking over. He's being too controlling and never lets me have any control. He constantly puts down my ideas and said that I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so first thing you guys need to do is get on the same page.
Yes.
I don't know what your business is because you didn't state it here. You were just like venting, and I understand. Thank you for your letter, and I appreciate it. However, let's get to the nitty gritty here. First and foremost, if you have a business, if you two guys decide you want to sit down and have a business, you have to pull out pencil and paper. I know it's so old school in this world of technology, but what is our business? What do we want? Who's in control? Who's going to be the quarterback, and who's going to be the receiver here?
Yeah, what's the business
How
plan?
are we going to run this? What is our end game? What's the goal here?
Yeah.
And it sounds like both of you are putting each other down.
Yeah.
First, you have to have a mutual respect for what is going on and how can we make our business go forward. And as far as the controlling part goes, we need to define our roles. Who is doing what in this lane so that everybody can stay in their lane and advance.
Yes,
right?
yes, absolutely, my queen. Because obviously Marty is upset, and this is personal stuff. Okay, she's because
she said that he says she's dumb,
yeah,
and her ideas are dumb. So of course she's going to get offended and start attacking his waistline.
Yeah, well, she's going to attack the thing that he feels is probably the weakest. But the thing is, they're both disrespecting each other.
Right.
For one,
you know what it reminds me of? I'm sorry.
Okay, and he's for one, he obviously has been putting her down.
Right.
Saying that she's stupid or her ideas aren't worth anything. Well, let me tell you something. The moment that you think you know everything is the moment that your business is going to fail.
Exactly, because when we do our thing, you best believe we have an army of people behind us. YG and I don't know everything about everything. We don't know the legal standpoints. We don't know the accounting standpoints. We don't know, how things were running before we got there. And you best believe we listen to the people who have walked that walk and have that experience and know the best way to do it.
And if this person that you're in business with is someone that you have made vows to God to say, I love you forever to the day that I die, obviously this person is special enough and important enough to you where you need to open your mind and hear the things that they have to say. Because I know personally, I ain't finna make this walk of at least 30, 40, 50 plus years with somebody and I think that they're stupid and I think that they're unimportant. Then why you marry them in the first place? But you know something? It's beautiful.
I just want to make one more point before we do this, because I know we have our special guest waiting. But it reminds me of the Tyler Perry movie. Where they had the couple that was working together and then had the children that were disrespecting the father and mother, calling them by their first names and, wasn't respecting the father. And Medea said, you people don't respect each other.
Yeah.
So how you expect the kids to do it? And then how your customers are going to feel about your business if they're walking in and you guys are disrespecting each other. I wouldn't want to come back to that business.
I would not.
That would have been my first and last time in that business.
And customers don't care who started it. They don't care who said what. All they see is what you are showing them, and that is your business model. Then, oh, no, I'll go somewhere else. But like I said, it's always refreshing that, we know what we're talking about. But it is good when we have on other experts that know as well. So I'm finna break it down, Jared, in my incredible British accent, and that the Queen loves, and that Nyghtstorm Nation loves. Our distinguished guests are here, so if you can roll that music so we can introduce them properly. Ha 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 ha! Yeah! Nyghtstorm Nation, our guests are here. Take it away, my queen. Woo!
She is the hot mama that woos her customers with her intoxicating personality, while he is the foundation that shows regular people that they are more powerful than they think.
Together, they define the term power couple as they navigate through the minefields of blending marriage and business while creating a revolution of kindness and showing folks how success is really made. So, ladies and gentlemen of Nyghtstorm Nation, please welcome our distinguished guest, all the way from Kalamazoo, Michigan, Steve and Gayle Zientek. Yeah!
Hello, hello.
Hey guys, how you doing, Zientek?
Oh, awesome day.
Okay. Now, I know you guys have been listening to the Nyghtstorm letters, and you guys are some professionals at being in this marriage game for a long time and doing business together. So first, I want to ask Steve this question, king to king, brother. Okay, are you ready, Steve? Okay, now, Steve, how long have you been married to your queen, and what is your secret from killing each other?
We've been married 36 years.
Wow.
I was 20 years old when we got married. Gayle was 18, actually still in high school. So, we had 3 kids by the time she was 21. A lot of things, there's a lot of odds going against us, but but we've always been able to work together. There's times when each of us are right. But there's more times, and it's not all about being right. It's a give and take. There's sometimes you just go back and there's a where you shush, just shush, keep the don't say anything. So there's always there's so many things. I hear people always saying, "Why I figured I would marry them, I would change them." Into my way of thinking, or giving them to do. You knew what the package was when you said "I do." So why are you going about trying to change? If probably the change needs to be in yourself. So,
and the person is not going to change if they don't want to. That person has to decide in their mind. Steve, good morning, Steve. They have to decide in their mind that what I'm doing is not working, and I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of the result I'm getting. So I'm going to have to step back, look at myself, and change what I'm doing.
Exactly. We go through. We've all. We've changed. We're not the same people that we were the day we got married. That just comes from raising kids. Different obstacles that you run into through life. There's nothing easy about what we do in life. We have things that are thrown at us from every direction, whether it be, the bill collectors, employment issues, the economy falls apart. Us being, real estate gurus and building that type of a business. And 2006 hit. It got pretty ugly for us for about 4 years. There's a lot of things that happen, but you just, you become strong and you get through it. And we were talking while you were reading the letter and things, about, just kind of answering some of the questions that based on what you were reading, and it's like, Gayle got very good, she's very good at what she does in certain areas. I'm good at what I do in certain areas.
Exactly.
Together we're great. Yeah. Together we're awesome.
Yeah, and Gayle, now we are the queens in our marriages, and our husbands love us with everything. How do you empower your king and keep him motivated to push harder for your guys' success?
Well, it's the compliments that come, and I probably don't say it often enough. And honey, I'm looking at you, and you are the advocate for so many people. And I love to watch Steve as we're, with clients and the love, concern, care that he gives to people. He treats our clients just like they're his children or our parents or, whatever family member, he goes out of his way to make sure that the people in our business, in our life, are taken care of, and I really admire that about him. And I say that again today. Thank you for the example that you set for our children and for the community and who you are and what you do. I'm proud of you.
Wow.
Look at that.
See,
that's some king building right there. Did you read my blogs?
All right, okay, because I got to jump in here because that was an incredible testament that both of them, because Steve set it up, he said, yeah, we're doing this and we're doing that, but, this is a give and take thing. Mm-hmm. And he honestly understands the respect that he needs to give to his queen, and Gayle went right back behind him and gave that mutual respect back, showing appreciation, and then pointing out things, not just saying things was just nebulous. She pointed out stuff on why she's proud. So I want to ask you guys this. This the big question right here, okay? And it don't matter which one of you guys take this first, but here's the big question. You guys ready, Zientek? You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go, guys. How do you guys separate business and personal in order for both aspects of your marriage to stay strong? How you guys separate when Steve done ticked you off, Gayle, and you like, dude, I could just choke you right now. How you able to still go?
Okay, I'm going to answer that because it's an everyday, it's life. Last night, I was working on a project on my computer for 4 hours, inputting information, doing research, and with one click of a button, it was gone. It was all my research, all the fields were empty. And I started to cry, and Steve was at his desk, and I'm sitting at the table, and I said something. I said, everything I just worked so hard at is gone. And he said, what are you crying for?
Oh, no.
And so we had our moment, But here's the thing. Steve got up from his desk, he came over to my computer, he sat down, he took 15 minutes, and he tried to recover what I had lost. So, you have those moments of frustration, and when you're working together, and not only do we have one business, we have two businesses, we have a beautiful, large family of grandchildren that we, want to dote our time on, but it is sometimes difficult to separate that because when you're entrepreneurial, and you, YG, and Toby can probably relate to this because you're always on, whether you're on Facebook and you're chatting with people. And so I think we could all do a little bit better of separating ourselves away from business and just. Last night, we just left and went to our granddaughter's choir concert, and for an hour, I didn't even have to speak about the information that was lost. Today, guess what? I can input it again, and we can keep going.
Exactly, and it's so hard because you find yourself, especially if you work with your spouse, this is supposed to be, personal time or even intimate time, and the thought pop in your head, I need to go and do so-and-so, so-and-so, or I should pick this up, or, we need to enter this in. And my husband's like, yeah, but not right now. Could we not think about that right this second?
Because I'm trying to get my smooches, man. And Steve, I'm sure you understand this, brother. It's good to work together, and you go through the wars of all the people outside your doors, and you're building your business with your queen, man. But sometimes you need a little downtime, and the queen is thinking, man, we need to do this to improve this kind of productivity, this, and you're saying, baby, in your deep voice, your sexy voice, like, hold on, baby. It's a time for work, and then there's a time for play, and it's time for us to be on this playground. Give me some smooches. Am I right, Steve?
You're absolutely right. There's times where it's so this is the biggest thing too, and what we do. So many people don't think that we need to have that person, or that we're supposed to be on call to them 24/7. So it's nothing for us to get an email or a text at 10:30 at night. It's like and I really want to go back really, I want to have some time to myself right now. You know, I sometimes want to ask the question, if your boss texts you at 10:30 at night, how would you answer that?
Wouldn't even answer. They'll sit right there. And we're going to get more into that. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about separating the personal life from business and how to keep both sides going and be successful. Come on back and join us here on Nyghtstorm Radio. Love 860 AM WAEC. We are you. Can't you hear it? We're right here. Come back.
All right.
You, guy or gal that's listening, are you enjoying the night storms? Good! If you want the 411 on me, YG Nightstorm,
And me, Toby George Nightstorm, a.k.a. Lady Nightstorm, visit Nyghtstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM.com. Check out our informative blogs, videos, and see what Nyghtstorm Nation is doing to benefit the community. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
Thanks again for listening to the Night Storms on Nyghtstorm Radio every Thursday at 11 a.m. to noon on Love 860 a.m. Atlanta's inspirational station. We are you.
This is Toby George Nightstorm, a.k.a. Lady Nightstorm, and I'm known as the woman not afraid to tell the truth about how things really are. And the truth I have to say to you is you should listen to Nyghtstorm Radio every Thursday from 11 to noon. And you should also like us on Facebook at Nyghtstorm Radio. Follow us on Twitter at Nyghtstorm Radio. And join the Nyghtstorm Nation mailing list on Nyghtstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM.com. Nyghtstorm Radio on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station. We are you.
This is YG Nightstorm. And why should you listen to Nyghtstorm Radio? Because we relate to you or someone you know with topics taken directly from our lives. Every time you tune in, you'll hear a discussion about real subjects that affect real life. Why? Because me and the Queen have been there. So join us right here every Thursday morning from 11 to noon on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station. Nyghtstorm Radio. We are you.
Hello, Nyghtstorm Nation. This is Toby George Nightstorm, a.k.a. Lady Nightstorm, and I have a question for you. How much are you spending each day on lunch? $6, $7, $10 even? Do you know that for less than what you spend each week on lunch, you can advertise your business or service right here during the show on Nyghtstorm Radio? Why don't you inbox us on Facebook, send us a message on Twitter, or drop us a line at Nyghtstorm.com. Let us show you how you can get your business or service out in front of the people. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to Nyghtstorm Radio. We are speaking with the Zientek, Steve and Gayle, about the scary challenges of working with your spouse and building success without killing each other first. Okay? So if you want to call in and holler at the Zientek, you can call in at 443-55-8699 into ATL and 1-866-923-2860 all over the place, everywhere else around this country. Now, we having fun with the Zientek. Go ahead, baby.
Yes, we are. Now, I want to talk real estate, shall we?
Yeah.
All right. We all saw how the industry suffered beginning in 2007 when the recession hit. Markets all over the country took a nosedive, and a lot of people walked away from real estate industry altogether. Now, you guys, this is y'all bread and butter. How have you been able to withstand the turbulent market in Michigan and still find success in real estate?
I'll answer that because I think a lot of it's got to do with our relationships that we've built with other people. You know, we talk about we have another business, and that's our send-out card business. The two go together very, very well. Mm-hmm. And that, you know, send-out cards is all about appreciating people, and we use that to appreciate our clients and to stay in touch with our clients. Also, education. there were some things we had to go back and retrain ourselves, teach ourselves. I got a designation. It's called an SFR, which is dealing with short sales and foreclosures, I became very good at negotiating that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Do I do it now? No, I don't want to do it anymore. Mm-hmm. Let's put it that way. But that's kind of what we did is, there was a lot of people that just it scared them, and they're like, what, I'm not going to do this. It's, sometimes it's easier to go work for somebody else than to, pull your big boy pants up and tighten the belt up a little bit and kind of change the ways. I think that's probably what most business people do too, is they get so set in their way of what they're doing, mm-hmm. that rather than thinking outside the box and, doing something that's maybe uncomfortable, that they just keep, grinding at the same thing, and they end up either, shutting their doors or they find a different way to make the business work. Right. So I think, personally, that's kind of what we did. Like I said, I focused on doing, we're helping people get out of their homes that they were underwater on and so forth.
Okay, and I think the most powerful part of your answer, sir, was about the relationship building. And, when the recession hit, and just speaking with the real estate aspect of this right now, and especially you guys as a couple dealing with this together, it affected everybody. Everybody thought that, okay, this is like a unicorn. It's here, but it's not going to happen. Right. But when it did hit, it hit so hard and so specifically, especially in Michigan, because Detroit is crazy. Okay, mm-hmm. But the parts even in Kalamazoo, you guys were affected. And the relationships that you guys built, help to keep your business afloat. And that's one thing that a lot of folks do not understand the importance of, especially with being an entrepreneur. Yes, you have to be innovative. Yes, you have to think ahead. Yes, you have to think outside of the box. Yes, you have to think outside of the curve. But the most important thing you guys did as a couple in business together, you harnessed those relationships that you had worked so hard to build. And you did it in a way with these send-out cards, because we actually got one of those send-out cards.
Oh, did we?
And it was so, I'm going to put it to you like this. It was so unique. And I'm like, this is genius right here, mm-hmm. because you guys met us at the Ultimate Mastermind Summit in Chicago, mm-hmm. okay? And you vibed with us, and you wanted to increase to the relationship mm-hmm. with us, and you sent out a beautiful card that was unique to us, that was bespoke to us, and we felt so empowered, we felt so good that it was actually unforgettable. So, Gayle, can you kind of tell the good folks about this send-out card business that you got and how it has helped you not only in real estate and to keep those relationships, but to bring more relationships to your business, ma'am?
This is our secret tool.
Ancient Chinese secret, huh?
Go ahead, break it down, Gayle.
Okay, well, I have to go back to 2007, and I like you, received a card in the mail, and I opened it up, and it was very personal to us. Picture of our business card, nothing beats a great referral. And I thought about that because I didn't know the person that sent it mm-hmm. to us, and it affected me in such a way. I thought, wow, a personal card, it's customized. I want to know how he did it. I picked up the phone and I called Frank, and we sat down. I sent a card to Steve, and I came home and I researched the company. I researched the business aspect, and we looked at each other and said, we'd be crazy not to do this as a business, because not only did we see it as a way, it was a relationship marketing tool. We didn't have a CRM management that was keeping track of our clients. So we implemented send-out cards, and we just started sending personal cards. Nice to meet you cards. I've been thinking about you. The personal card, someone comes to mind every day, and I reach out in kindness with a heartfelt card and the words. And we started to generate and build those relationships, in the time when the market when most realtors were getting out of the business, our business started to grow. At that time, we were at 35% referral. By the 3 years that went by, from 2007 to 2010, we built our business to 98% referral.
Wow.
And, we don't have to prospect. We celebrate life. We celebrate people. And by doing that, they're drawn to us because they know us, they like us, they trust us. And send-out cards is just that mechanism that allows us to touch people in that special way, like we did when you received your card. And we look forward to, we share send-out cards. We chose to do it as a business because it made sense. Every business owner on the planet should be caring and celebrating their clients, and with birthday cards and holiday cards and keeping in touch cards. So we're really excited not only where our real estate business has gotten to because of using send-out cards, but where life will take us as we grow and build that leveraged income with our send-out cards business.
And well, I know when I opened the envelope and just the packaging of it, you could see yourself. It's like, oh my God, where did she get these pictures? She went on our Facebook page and pulled pictures and put it there. And it was like, oh, it was so nice to meet the king and queen. Even had a crown on it. It was so personalized.
I almost cried.
And that's what I'm saying. And to put
it,
to give it to a man, and for a man to go, wow.
Yeah, and I ain't scared to admit it. And Zientek, I ain't scared to admit it. Yes, YG Nyghtstorm, 6'1", 300 pounds. Yep, I was like, oh my God, that is so pretty. Oh my God.
He was just staring at it. So the send out cards is definitely something that I can see how it can bring your referral business up from 30% to 98% because it's a great tool. Now, how can people find out more about you and your products and your business and your real estate?
Where can we find you, man?
Yeah.
Well, we are most definitely on Facebook, either Gayle Zientek or Steve Zientek. They can find us through you because we're friends with you. We also have a couple business pages, Celebrating Life with Steve and Gayle Zientek. Check that out because that's an awesome place to go and learn about send-out cards and what you can do with this amazing tool and the opportunity that is there. Steve?
Yeah. We also have a real estate page on Facebook.
Network Team Homes. We're there. We have our NetworkTeamHomes.com, our website. I even was inspired to start a blog. I haven't been blogging much, but so cardsforsuccess.com is the blog that I started just last week, and I've got some great examples on there on basically it's realtor to realtor marketing with send-out cards, but it'd be great ideas to share with any business.
Wow. See.
And that's the Zientek. So I'm going to spell that because I'm sure somebody said, how in the world do you even spell a Zientek? It's Z as in zebra, IENTEKS. That's Steve and Gayle Zientek. And repeat your real estate page one more time.
Network Team Homes on Facebook. So Facebook.com/Network Team Homes.
Okay. Now, you know something, Gayle and Steve, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. And going back to our Nightstorm letters, because, like I said, that other letter is still smoking. Okay. And there's so much stuff that goes on in this world that has people feeling like they're trapped, have people feeling like they have no hope. But there's a word out there that can help alleviate an ocean worth of tribulation. And that word is love. And we have gotten to the love shout out segment of our show where Nightstorm Nation gets to send some love to each other. So do we got some love, sweetheart?
Yes, we do. Casey sends her love to Michael as he fights to keep this country safe overseas.
Thank you for your service, Michael. Also, Jack says that his wife, Lori, is the most spectacular woman in the world and the best thing to ever happen to him. That's good stuff, Jack.
All right. Gayle and Steve, it's your turn. Do you have a love shout out you want to give?
I want to shout out to our kids in Arizona. They live far away from us, and we have the opportunity to go visit them in about a week and love on those 4 beautiful grandchildren of ours and our son and his beautiful wife. So I just can't wait to get there and put my arms around them.
Oh, and Steve.
I want to shout out to my mom. She's going to be 90 years old here in a few months.
Oh.
Wow.
Sharp as a tack. But the woman can tell you when each one of her 10 children were born, what the weather was like. She knows all of our birthdays. She knows, if you just got a photographic mind and just love that woman. She's been through so much, and especially raising 10 kids.
Wow, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
That is wonderful. And I would like to shout out to you guys, Gayle and Steve. Thank you for being such wonderful guests. We so enjoyed meeting you in Chicago, and we're so happy that we could continue this relationship and have you on the show. You were such a great, great treasure for us today. And I hope to Nyghtstorm Nation. I also want to shout out YG.
Yeah, baby.
I love you, babe.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for all you do and being an inspiration, motivating others in your words and your actions and your example of leadership. I really appreciate everything you do.
Well, thank you, my queen. Much love back to you as well for being my inspiration, my foundation for the reason why I live this life. While we must build our empire together to create opportunities for our children, but you are the best thing, the greatest thing, the only thing. Think about you are the sun to my earth. I can't live without you, baby.
Woo! See, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
That's some queen building, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, and as always, in ending the show, Nyghtstorm Nation, we have our Nyghtstorm motto. Go ahead.
Stepping out of the darkness and into the light, we are here together in the combined power of individuals who dare to be above the status quo and initiate change.
Regardless of our inadequacies or mistakes that lie in our past, we make the difference of success over failure within our families, our businesses, and our communities.
We come together as one body, one soul, and one mind, spreading the fruitfulness of truth and empathy to those that need it most.
May we all be blessed in our journey as we gather across the globe, bringing the healing power of love until we see each other again.
I love me, I love you, and we will change this world.
We are Nyghtstorm Nation.
And we are you. Thank you, Zientek. Thank you, Nyghtstorm Nation. Have a great week.